So what?
Are you kind of wondering why you're here?
Well, I've been
So what did they tell you when they arrested you? Did they tell you what the charge was?
Am I arrested?
Yeah.
They didn't tell me.
Yeah, they did arrest you, so you are under arrest.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Yeah, so you are under arrest.
Mm-hmm.
And
what am I arrested for?
Murder. You know, you didn't expect that car to be found. I know that. When it was found, you know what was in the trunk as well as I do.
The reason your husband is under arrest is because I have evidence, okay? And your husband is going to be booked tonight for murder.
Dogs don't lie about death. When that old Honda Accord appeared on a northeast Spokane Street corner on October 22nd, 2021, no one paid it much attention. Abandoned cars were nothing new in this part of town, but the dogs knew something was wrong. They circled, they whined. They wouldn't leave it alone. Local residents finally approached to see what had the animals so agitated. That's when the smell hit them. Thick, putrid, unmistakable. The kind of stench that makes your stomach turn and your mind race to places it doesn't want to go. When they forced open the trunk, they found exactly what they feared. A human body. Decomposed beyond recognition, turning what should have been a simple abandoned vehicle into a crime scene that would unravel a story of deadly revenge built on a lie. Within hours, detectives were asking the questions that would consume them for months. Who was this person? How did they end up here? And who was responsible for turning this car into a tomb? But there was something else investigators didn't know yet. Something that would make this case even more disturbing. This Honda had been hiding its gruesome secret for almost a year. And the journey that brought it to this street corner would reveal a father's rage that cost an innocent man his life. The car was never supposed to be found. For 11 months, it had sat in a remote part of Spokane, where the killer had abandoned it after removing the battery. No power meant no one could drive it away. It was the perfect hiding spot, or so the murderer thought. But someone had discovered the Honda, installed the new battery, and driven it straight into the city. They had no idea they were transporting a corpse. No clue that they'd just blown open a murder investigation that had been dormant for nearly a year. When police identified the remains as Andrew Sorensen, missing for almost exactly 12 months, they immediately zeroed in on the prime suspect, John Eisenman, whose daughter, Stephanie, had been dating Andrew when he disappeared. But what could drive a father to kill his daughter's boyfriend? The answer would shock everyone involved. Andrew Sorensen's story began with love and dedication. Adopted at 6 months old, despite having cerebral palsy, he was raised by parents who devoted their lives to his care. Teachers adored him. He was voted most affectionate in kindergarten and won kindest heart at age 10. But as Andrew grew older, his challenges multiplied. Along with cerebral palsy, he was also autistic, and by his teenage years, fitting in became nearly impossible. At 17, he gravitated toward the homeless community, finding acceptance among society's outcasts that he couldn't find anywhere else. His adoptive mother welcomed Andrew's new friends into their home, helping them apply for food stamps and government assistance. But Andrew's story took a darker turn when he began experimenting with marijuana, then harder drugs. That's when he met Stephanie Eisenman. John Eisenman and Brenda Cross, Stephanie's parents, hated Andrew from the moment they met him. They were convinced he was stealing from them, manipulating their daughter for his own gain. When Stephanie was hit by a car and awarded over $20,000 in compensation, their suspicions exploded into full-blown paranoia. They believed Andrew was grooming Stephanie, isolating her from family so he could get his hands on her settlement money. Their worst fears seemed confirmed when Andrew convinced Stephanie to use the money to buy a car for a road trip to Seattle with friends. But in Seattle, everything went wrong. The group got separated, and while everyone else made it back to Spokane, Stephanie disappeared for 2 weeks, and when she finally called her parents to pick her up, she told them something that would seal Andrew's fate. According to Stephanie, Andrew had sold her to a sex trafficking ring for $1,000 to buy drugs. John Eisenman and Brenda Cross were devastated. Their daughter had been betrayed by the person who was supposed to love and protect her. When they took Stephanie to the hospital and involved police, she refused to press charges against Andrew. It seemed like he would escape justice completely. The rage that had been building inside John Eisenman for months finally found its target. He already suspected Andrew was trouble, but this accusation pushed him over the edge into something much darker. Opportunity came through technology. Andrew had once borrowed John's phone to access Facebook, leaving his password saved in the device. Through Andrew's social media, John discovered that Andrew was apparently planning a burglary. This was his chance for a confrontation. John wanted answers about what Andrew had done to Stephanie, and he wanted them face to face. But when John finally tracked Andrew down, the encounter spiraled out of control faster than either man could have imagined. Before it was over, Andrew was zip-tied in the trunk of that Honda Accord, beaten with a cinder block, and stabbed multiple times in the abdomen. That's where he would stay for almost a year, until his decomposed body was finally discovered. Within a week of finding the body, detectives had located John Eisenman and brought him in for questioning. They already had solid evidence pointing to him as the killer, but they wanted to give him a chance to explain what had happened. They also brought in Brenda Cross for separate questioning. In her interview, she claimed ignorance about the missing Honda, saying she hadn't reported it stolen because she didn't care about the car and thought her estranged daughter might have taken it. She described Andrew as a manipulator who had groomed Stephanie for trafficking, sticking to the narrative that had driven John to murder.
So anyway, at what point do you find out she's in Seattle?
I got a phone call from her when I was driving.
Okay.
So I was still driving left at the time.
Okay.
And that was in 2019.
Okay.
So she had to disappear in 2019. And anyway, it was like, Steffi, are you okay? And she goes, I need you to come get me now.
Okay.
And I said, can I call you back in about 5 minutes? I got somebody in the car with me, a passenger.
Okay.
And can I give you a call back as soon as I can?
Right.
At the time, I didn't know what was really going on. I just knew that she was in Seattle.
Okay. Did you even know she was moving to Seattle?
No.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
No. I had not even known. I actually did not know she was in Seattle. I knew that she was. I didn't know where she was.
Gotcha.
That's basically what it was.
Gotcha.
We were worried about her.
Right.
Because that weasel. I forget what his name.
Okay.
Anyway, I had kind of alerted something was going on with Stephanie.
Okay.
And Andrew. And anyway, she was pissed because I couldn't just drop what I was doing and talk to her.
Okay.
And she didn't sound right. And she goes, what did she say when I said, I'll call you after 5 minutes? I can't. I won't be here. Or something like that.
Right.
And she hung up.
Okay.
And it was like, I was like terrified then. It was like, I don't know what happened. And then we didn't hear anything till later that next night. Got another phone call from Stephanie. And I was sleeping. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning or so.
Right.
And she asked John, because John answered the phone,
Right.
if he can come get her. And we said, yes. Where are you?
Thinking she's probably in Spokane.
No, we knew she was in Seattle at this point. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And actually, she called me because I called back the number.
Right.
After I dropped that person off and found out she was in like Tequila.
Oh, okay.
At a burger joint, some like In-N-Out burger.
That's all right.
And I think that's the name of it. And they said nope, she had left. And so, we reported her as missing.
Oh, okay. Did you actually file a report, a police report?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a police report.
Okay.
That was on your date.
Yeah, that would give me my date. Yeah, exactly.
So, seriously, my dates are really
how
bad.
old was she at that time? What do you think? Was she 18 yet, or?
She was 18.
Okay.
And now she's 19. So it was last year.
Okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure the report said 2020,
Really?
but like I said, I can check. It's not a big deal. But anyway,
It
so
is a
anyway,
big deal. I'm losing my mind.
that's okay. So John gets on the phone. She wants
2020, huh?
she wants to get picked up,
Yeah.
and then what happened?
And then I think I talked to her.
Okay, what did she tell you
Okay.
about what was going on?
No, he talked to her.
Okay,
And found out where she was.
okay,
And then found out she was safe because we didn't know what was going on.
right,
And that somebody can, sit with her or she's okay. And then, because we still didn't know what was going on.
right,
And so I just knew that she was abandoned there.
okay.
That's all I knew is that Andrew abandoned her there.
Oh, so the Andrew that you knew is the same one that apparently abandoned her there.
Right,
Okay,
right. And it's nobody that I would have known. She
Right.
brought him there to the house.
gotcha.
So I would not, no.
So you had previously met Andrew
Because of her.
because she brought him to the house.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Shady bastard.
okay,
I mean, anybody that he brought over, and I'm going, don't bring people to my house.
right.
He goes, well, this is my brother. It's like, or cousin. It's like, and how many cousins do you have?
So now, who brought Andrew to your house? This little
First, Stephanie.
First Stephanie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which that was fine.
Right.
But then he started bringing people over, and it's like,
Oh, Andrew started bringing people
Yeah.
over. Okay, now
Yeah,
I'm on
it's
the same
like,
page.
no.
And you didn't like that.
no,
Okay.
no. And especially calling people brother and bro
So-
and cuz when they're not even related to them.
So these people you brought over, when you say they're shady, like, were you concerned they were criminals, gang members?
I'm
Did you
just
know? Just the fact that
concerned
they
they
were
were going to
strangers?
come and rip us off,
Okay. Okay.
So,
So let's see. She's over in Seattle, and she tells you that she wants a ride or get picked up, and then
so John
she
and I
says she's
take
safe.
off
Okay, so like, do you guys take off the next morning or that night or
that night.
Oh, really? So you guys
That morning.
boom, or do you sleep anymore, or just get up
Get up, go.
and go?
Mhm.
So the two of you drive to
Seattle,
Kent, Seattle, Tacoma,
Um,
or do you remember?
downtown Seattle,
Okay, so you get there, and where is she at?
or right outside Seattle.
Okay,
There's this hotel, and I think it's an abandoned hotel, and then there's a big, like, apartment complex.
okay,
John would know more. He drove,
okay.
and
Just the two of you went.
mhm.
Okay.
Yep. And so we see her, or they're calling us back, or she's calling us, making sure that we're on our way.
Okay.
And yep, we're almost there. We're almost there.
Right.
Because we stopped over, I don't know, one of the towns on the way, like at Starbucks, and got a muffin, because I need some coffee. I was about ready to fall back out.
Right.
And I think I drove. So, got some coffee and like a muffin or something. And so Starbucks had just opened. Anyway, start driving in. She tells us exactly where she's at. So, pull on in, and I guess some homeless dude actually was helping her.
Oh, okay.
So somebody that didn't know her previously.
Right.
So, and she's beat up, and it was not good.
Right. Right. So you guys get there. Was Andrew there when you got there?
No.
Okay. So you guys get there, and what does she tell you happened, or why? I mean,
She was pretty vague,
okay.
but at the same time, she's really angry.
Right.
But we didn't know exactly what happened. All I really knew is that her and Andrew got into a fight.
Okay.
And this is all she was letting me know.
Right.
And that he left her in Seattle.
Okay.
But come find out when I'm on my way home, because we went to lunch, like at
Right.
Denny's or something,
Right.
or early breakfast, and then we went shopping. She needed some new clothes, so I stopped at like a Goodwill over there, going out of town,
Right.
in one of the little towns right there.
Right.
Not Tukwila, but
Issaquah.
maybe Issaquah. Yeah. So went there and like seen secondhand store. Oh yeah, or what was it? I don't know if it was Goodwill, but Value Village or
Right.
something like that. And so stopped there. You can get some really good shit.
Right.
I resell clothing. So stopped there, got her a few outfits, and then she was just acting really weird. Got her a few outfits, and then we started get back in the vehicle, and we were leaving, and then John went out right away. He was really tired.
Okay.
And then On the way back, she starts telling me, I said, so what's been going on with you? What's happened? And then she tells me that she was abandoned by or sold for drugs for $1,000 from Andrew to somebody in sex trafficking.
Good. So Andrew sold her for $1,000 for some drugs. And basically, did it sound like she actually, I mean, did she get stuck having to sadly have sex with guys, or was she
Oh,
able
yeah.
to, so that she wasn't able to escape until she actually ended up having sex with some Johns?
She was locked in a room.
Okay.
And several had, their way with her, is what she said.
When detectives pressed her about the body in the trunk, Brenda's denials were absolute.
So I can imagine, Brenda, you got to be sitting here wondering probably why you're sitting down there in a police interview room. I mean, I would think I'd be wondering that, right?
No, I can wonder, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, what I
Something
can...
to do with the car.
Yes, it has to do with the car.
I'm wondering, did it hit somebody, hit and run or something?
So let me tell you something. I'm going to be completely honest with you, okay? Because I've been doing this for 36 years. And I learned a long time ago, I tell people the truth. I respect them. I understand that we're all human beings. We all make mistakes. Things happen. A lot of times people do things for certain reasons that at the time they believe are very valid. And sometimes I agree with them. But, I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm just here to get the truth about what I'm investigating. Okay? What I can tell you is, so we found your car, right? Because I told you that. In fact, we found it the 22nd of October, which would have been Friday in the early morning hours.
Okay, 'cause you guys showed up on Friday because I was.
And then I showed up Friday to talk to you, but you weren't home.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked
I
to
was
John.
down at the Clean Cafe.
Yeah, and then I talked to John. He said you were out for a walk, is what he told me.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
But he didn't know I went there.
And then I left, and then obviously...
So I didn't know I was going to go there either. I just walked in there, and it's like, well, this place clean summer? Okay.
Yeah. And then I obviously came back Sunday and talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, the investigation, I have this notebook, and then I have two more. Okay? So this is more than just finding a car. Okay? So I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is not... Because you can imagine... The police department finding a car, huh?
This is death, homicide?
Yeah. So, tell me about, remember when we talked on Sunday, you told me that you had heard that Andrew was missing, right? How did you find out that Andrew was missing?
Stephanie.
Okay, what did Stephanie tell you?
That Andrew's cousin called, I think, asking if she'd heard from Andrew.
Okay.
Saying that he was missing.
Okay. Do you know when Stephanie told you this, that she'd heard?
It was right away. I think the day that she got out.
Oh, and would it have been last year, this year? Do you remember?
It was after she got out of the hospital.
Oh, so shortly after she got out of Sacred Heart, all of a sudden Andrew was missing. So within a very short period of time from hospital, Steffi's there, you said about 4 days? I thought you said maybe 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, and then she ended up at Kalispell for probably about a week.
Okay, so would it have been after Kalispell or after Sacred Heart, you think, when you found out that Andrew was missing?
Oh, it was a little while after that.
A little while after Kalispell or the hospital?
Both.
Both, okay.
It's hospital first, then Kalispell.
Gotcha.
And then home.
Okay, and days, weeks?
10 weeks.
Huh?
Weeks, probably.
So a couple weeks or 3 weeks after she gets out of Kalispell, then all of a sudden she tells you that she's heard that Andrew is missing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it was fairly quickly after the whole Seattle incident where Andrew turns up missing.
Yeah, and at first it was, I heard something about he was going to somewhere over there by Seattle.
Okay.
That he had ended up moving over there.
That Andrew had.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what was all being said.
Okay. And you said it was his cousin that called Stephanie? You thought?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the cousin's name at all?
Yeah, and in weird kind of things, Stephanie ended up dating him.
Okay. What's his name? It'll vacate. I mean, if you think about it.
Oh, I'll think about it.
So the cousin calls Steph and says,
That was just not too long.
Andrew's missing, and this would have been a couple weeks.
I think it was him.
Okay.
Somebody that knew him.
Okay. The new Andrew
Yeah, and
called and said,
together.
"Hey, Andrew's missing."
Yeah, I think the mother wanted whoever to call Stephanie
The mother
of Andrew.
of Andrew. Okay. So sounds like Andrew's mom. I guess an adopted mom here, because he's adopted, right?
Yeah. And
So
I guess his
Andrew's
mother,
adopted mom
Mhm.
called somebody, and they called Stephanie and said, "Hey, Andrew's adopted mom would like a call from you
or would like to know information.
Okay.
When's the last time you saw
about where Andrew would be." Okay, gotcha. Did you ever hear what happened with that whole thing as far as?
No, last time I knew he was still missing.
Oh, okay. 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 So you have to understand as a police officer, okay, when we typically talk to somebody in an interview, we usually, I don't know, you ever watch cop shows?
Oh, I love them.
Okay, so have you ever watched like First
Law and Order?
48?
No, that one I have.
So
not.
First 48's a show about homicide detectives.
Is it like
where they
a
follow homicide detectives?
live?
Yes, where they
Okay.
actually follow homicide
I
detectives.
see a little bit of it.
Yeah, I mean it's a good show. I watch it. I enjoy
You
it.
do.
So I'm sure you've watched cop shows. Typically, when you're talking to somebody in an interview room, I know a lot of
I
answers.
need like a two-way mirror here.
Oh, I know that's fake. What I always love in cop shows, you know what I love, is when it's a dark room. There's like a swinging pendulum light, and they like sit in like low light, and it's like, oh, that's stupid. And the window too is the best too, like a two-way mirror.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was hoping
I'm
for.
sorry, we don't have a two-way mirror, and I can turn the lights off.
Camera.
I can turn the lights off if we want to go low light. But.
Nah.
So typically, before we bring somebody in the interview room, we know a lot of answers to the questions that we ask. So we're looking when we ask people questions to see, okay, are they telling the truth about the information that they're giving us? Because I already know the answers to a lot of questions. Okay, because I got called out the night.
Are you trying to trick me?
No, I'm not. I will never trick you. I will promise you that. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Okay?
Oh, really?
Yep. I'm not here to trick you.
Okay.
Okay? I got called out the early morning hours of the 22nd of October. Reference your car being found over in Hilliard.
Okay.
Okay? So your car was parked on the side of the street, and it had been abandoned there.
Okay.
Okay?
And where did you say that was?
Over in Hilliard.
You said by some park.
Yeah, there's a park over there in the area of Everett in Nevada.
Hmm.
I'm not in Nevada, I'm sorry. Everett and Napa. There's a park over there. Rochester Heights Park. It's a small
I don't even know where that
over there. So anyway, your car was over there. Okay? So, somebody called it in abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So obviously the plates on the car, they come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So officers get there and they end up looking inside the vehicle, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think we found in the vehicle?
I have no idea.
Okay? See this? And what you read?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think we found in the vehicle?
Was there weapons or something?
No. Homicide, right?
Okay.
What do you think we found in the vehicle?
I don't know.
Well, if I'm a homicide investigator, what do homicide investigators do?
The only thing I could think of was there a weapon or something that you used? You said you found something in the vehicle.
I don't investigate weapons. What do homicide investigators do? What do we investigate?
Murders.
Murders. You just said the $100 question. So what do you think I found in your vehicle? A body.
Really?
Yep. And you know what? I know from my investigation that you know that. Okay, so let me tell you, Brenda, this ain't my first rodeo. I've been doing this 36 years, and I know that you exactly know everything about this thing. Okay? Now, what I want you to do, Brenda, is don't dig yourself into a hole. Okay? Because you don't want to go down that road. Because you don't want to get yourself caught up in something that at this point, right now, in this avenue, you have a chance to maybe kind of get off on a side road and help yourself. If you stay on the main road, you could be in a lot of trouble. Okay? I'm trying to give you an opportunity here we need to talk about everything that happened involving this.
Did you want me to get an attorney? Am I being accused of murdering?
No, at this point, I'm not accusing you of murder.
Because I didn't know
Okay,
there was a body in that car.
Okay, but let me tell you this. Who do you think that body was in that car, if you had to guess?
Considering that somebody's missing, possibly Andrew.
Okay. Okay. And Brenda, I've developed
I
information.
hope that was not the case.
Okay. We've developed information. I know for a fact that John was involved. Okay. I know that for a fact. So, like I said, I'm just looking for you to be honest with me. Okay. I'm not sitting here accusing you of murder. But what I am saying is you need to be completely honest with me about what happened, because you have knowledge reference this incident. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I know for a fact that you have knowledge. So what I need you to do is you need to sit here and we need to talk, and you need to tell me the knowledge that you have reference what occurred. That's what I need from you. John did it. I know that. Okay. Your boyfriend is going to be arrested shortly. So this is a time for you to be honest with me about what happened, because I know you have knowledge. Right? You know what happened. Okay, I'm not accusing you of murdering him. But Brenda, it's time to be honest
You're
with you.
accusing John of
Okay.
murdering him?
Yes. Yes.
And what knowledge do you have of that?
Okay. That I'm not going to give you all what I have, okay?
You want me to give you information but you won't tell me anything?
Well, because you have to understand, the problem is, this is the problem. If I sit here and tell you what I know, right, then, like I told you before, the reason I ask questions is to just verify that what you tell me is either you're telling me the truth or you're not. If I sit here and tell you all the information I have about what I know and why I know it, then if I ask you a question, you already know everything I told you. I can't determine whether you're telling me the truth or not, okay? So I'm not going to sit here. I can't sit here and tell you what I know, because I just can't. But I'm trying to help you here. I really am, because I'm just trying to figure out. I get it. I get how angry John had to be. I understand as a father. I understand that this fucker did things to your daughter that no human being is supposed to do to daddy's girl. And I understand why your husband was angry. And I understand why he did what he did. Okay? But you need to be honest with me about what you know about this, okay? I know the car belongs to you. I know where the car was parked, where it sat. I know the names. I know the property where it was at. I know all these things, okay? I've been to the property where it was at. I've been pretty much working 24/7 on this case since the time I rolled up on Friday night last night and found a body in the
What
back
property where it
of
was
your
at?
car. Huh?
What property?
It's up above Riverside. I know exactly where it's at. Okay?
I didn't know where it was at.
Okay. Well, I know where it's at, and I know where the car was parked. In fact, there were deputies up on that property back in March, and the car was sitting there. Okay? So I know, believe me, I've done my homework, Brenda. And like I said, I'm not trying to be an asshole. Not at all. I told you from the time I started that I was going to be completely honest with you. And I have been nothing but honest with you. There was a body in the back of your car. The body belongs to Andrew. I know from my investigation that John killed Andrew. And we need to deal with
How
that.
do you know that?
Believe
I don't
me.
believe that.
I have evidence from the car. Okay, I processed the car. People leave trace evidence behind. People leave other evidence behind. There's biological evidence. There's fingerprints. There's a whole array of evidence to get left when a crime occurs. So I have evidence, and I have other things. Am I going to sit here and tell you everything? Of course not, because I'm not going to do that. All I'm asking you, Brenda, is I get it. You're between a rock and a hard place. I completely understand that, because John is your boyfriend, okay?
He's my fiance.
Or fiance. I apologize. And I get it, you're between a rock and a hard place. But you also have to understand at this point, you don't want to get caught up into this to where we charge you, okay? If you have knowledge, which you do, then all you need to do is be honest with me. That's it. Be honest with me about what you know, when this occurred, how it occurred. That's all I'm asking you, Brenda, is just be honest with me. That's it.
Sorry.
Okay?
I did not know there was a dead body in there.
Well, you may not know it was in the car, but you know that John killed him, and I know you know that. So I'm just
Why
saying.
would you say that I know that?
Because I talked to a whole bunch of people. A whole bunch of people. This wasn't a secret that was well kept amongst some people. So all I'm saying is, just be honest with me. I mean, look at this. Do you not think that this Andrew's a piece of shit? I get it. But in the eyes of God and the eyes of everything else, you know, we have to make this right for whatever happened. And there's mitigating circumstances. And I'm going to talk to John, okay? And I will ask John. I mean, I get it. I get the anger. I get what he did to his daughter. I can understand that stuff, okay? I can understand that as a father.
I don't think you do.
As a father.
I don't think you do unless you've had that walk to walk in his steps or my steps. Would you understand that?
Well,
To have your daughter tell you exactly what she told us,
right.
and there's nothing, nobody was doing nothing for her,
No, I understand.
for anybody.
Well, and I guess you're right. I guess the only thing I can tell you.
And why haven't there been any follow-up?
Well, it sounds like what you told me was, it's because Stephanie. That I don't know. I don't know. I understand.
We made the initial complaint
Okay.
for, yeah,
Right. And then never got contacted.
no.
Okay. That's bullshit. I agree.
How, you think so?
No, I'm totally with you. I didn't know
And
about
then
it.
then how come I've never seen you mark down Jones? Ever.
Okay.
Mark down Jones. Who's Jones?
Well,
You tell me.
Well, that's something I will look into.
Please do, and I want to know.
Okay. And I will. That's my plan. Yeah.
Because I might have a lawsuit going on, okay?
Okay.
Because there has been nobody helping my daughter, and then she ended up down in California, got raped again.
Right. Right. You're right. I've never walked a mile in your shoes. What I can tell you is, sadly, as a major crimes detective, I've walked miles in other people's shoes that have went through the
Every day you
same.
walked in my shoes been a lot longer. I probably have holes in longer than
Right.
you've ever walked in your life.
No, you're right. I totally agree with you.
I've been raped a few times, and I know what it fucking feels like, and ain't nobody can sit there and tell me they know what it feels like, and I've lost a baby for SIDS, and my daughter telling me that she was what she went through, and nobody's gonna tell me otherwise.
Right. No, I agree. And for that, I apologize if
I had to bury my baby, you know. And just before all this shit happened, my mom died, okay? And then dad committed suicide, brother committed suicide, sister died drinking and driving.
Right.
And John left just prior to, right after he lost his job, and then I ended up attempting suicide. That was pretty fucked up.
Right.
So all of that time is fucking lost. I don't remember much.
Right.
I almost died, and I took 150 sleeping pills.
Right.
And I woke up in ICU with
Right.
them laid right up to me.
Right.
Yeah, it was right after John lost his job.
Right.
Like he cheated on me, and he
Right.
wasn't coming home.
Right. Oh, after he disappeared for that time when he lost his job.
With Brenda's story on record, investigators moved to the main event, John Eisenman's interrogation. John started by describing Andrew as someone who was, quote, robbing him blind, manipulating Stephanie and ultimately orchestrating her sale to traffickers. His version of the Seattle rescue matched what Brenda had told them. But then, detectives revealed their hand.
So, obviously, John, I mean, you know I'm a major crimes detective. Okay, I mean, I told you that from day one. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I mean, you're sitting here for a reason. We don't arrest people unless we have evidence. So, I mean, I just didn't decide today that I was going to go out and arrest John just because. I mean, there's a reason that I arrested you. I've been pretty much working this thing nonstop since Friday, early morning of Friday, from about, I think I started at about 2 in the morning. Yeah, I'm pretty much 24/7. I've gotten some sleep, don't get me wrong, but I've been compiling evidence and, you know, everything else, and figuring what's going on, okay? As a caveat, before we delve into it, I'm going to tell you, Andrew's a fucking piece of shit, and I understand why sometimes things happen to people that are pieces of shit. It happens. And sometimes good people like yourself get to the point where, like we talked about earlier, this is the line in the sand. This is what you did. You're going to pay for what you fucking did. And I'm on that same page with you. I get it. I get it. I'm a father. I completely understand. I understand that in any situation, there are certain circumstances that you push a person so far and you do certain things to either that person or his children, there's going to be fucking consequences. And I completely understand that. I just want to tell you that. You know, I'm sorry that we're meeting under these circumstances. Let's put it this way. Okay, for that I apologize. You're a decent guy. You've worked hard your whole life. I hate to see you sitting in a police interview room. I really do. You seem like a nice guy. And for that, like I said, I'm sorry. But as you can imagine, you know, once I got called Friday night, you know, I had a job to do. So, you know, and that's all I'm doing. Okay. So I'll be honest with you, and I think sitting here as one grown man to another, you didn't well, I think she's okay. That's Brenda.
Well, she's a boisterous little.
I can see she's a fire stick. I can see where.
Everybody is easy. You can be young bad. You like after her.
Yeah, she seems like a fire stick. She
So's her daughter.
Stephanie, I like her. Yeah, she's a little fire stick. I get it. So, like I said, you know, I'm going to be completely honest with you. You know, you didn't expect that car to be found. I know that when it was found. You know what was in the trunk as well as I do. Okay? But I know there's extenuating circumstances. And I know you're not some vicious killer that decided, you know, I'm fucking bored. I'm just going to go kill somebody because it's funny or it's because it's amusing or whatever. There was a reason this happened. And I understand that. I truly do. And I get it. I understand it. I'm a father. I get it. I got a daughter. I understand it. But sadly, I have a job to do.
Okay.
So, you know, that's all I'm doing here today.
You're right.
Okay? So I guess what I'm looking for you is, I just need you to tell me in your words, I know there's extenuating circumstances. Did this guy say, fuck you? Did you contact him? Did you try to talk to him? Did something happen? Was he a fucking smuggler? Was he like a smug little punk?
No, I'm thinking he stole that goddamn car.
You're thinking he stole what car?
That car, that Honda.
The Honda? Okay.
Must have.
Okay.
You know, I thought for a long time we thought Astral got it, and then, like you said, then Brenda said, "Fuck, Stephanie." Stephanie, I just like we'd be called by the paramedics coming to get her because she getting a wreck so fast. We got nighttime, like she whirled up. No, I driven with her, tried to, and said, "Pull over." No.
Well, John, you know as well as I do, this is not about him stealing that car. Okay, you know that, I know that.
Well,
you know as well as I do. You know as well as I do that his body was in the trunk of that car. You know that. You know that. And you know, like I said, I've gathered evidence. There's forensic evidence. There's biological evidence. There's DNA evidence. That's the reason you're sitting in this room today. Okay? Man to man, you killed him. It is what it is. I get it. He's a fucking piece of shit. He fucking sex traffics your daughter. He sold her for $1,000 fucking dollars, and he's a piece of shit. I get it. Okay? And I get you were angry. I understand that. I understand as a parent, as a father, I get it. I understand it. Tell me what led up to it. What happened? What did he do? Just be honest with me so I can go to a judge and go, look, this guy's a good guy. He fucking worked for the county for 18 years. He's an upstanding guy. This fucking guy sex trafficked his fucking daughter. Okay? You can only push a man so far before we draw that line in the sand and say, This isn't fucking right. This isn't right what he did. My daughter will pay for this for the rest of her life. It is not right.
It is not right either.
Well, sometimes it is what it is. Okay?
Well, the
Sometimes-
judge and jury doesn't say
Well,
that.
but
They
a judge and a
still-
jury will hear your
Both
story.
sides.
They'll hear your story.
Yeah.
But it's important for you to tell your story
Right.
because a jury needs to hear your story. When a jury is looking at this video, are they looking at you and going, you know what? This guy's a prick who is just an asshole and he shouldn't have done it? Or is it a jury who listens to your side of the story on this video and goes, you know what? I got a daughter. I get it. I understand why this guy did what he did. I understand it. Okay? I understand it. They need to hear that from you. They need to hear your side of the story. It's important for you, for what happens after this. This is your chance. This is your chance to tell that jury right there what happened and why this piece of shit got what he deserved. That's all I'm telling you, man to man. Tell your story. Tell me what happened.
Well, I'd like to kill him.
Okay?
I really, but no, he stole the car, evidently, because he's in it.
Well, you killed him. I know that. So,
Okay.
once again,
How
John,
do you know I killed him?
because I have evidence, I have statements. There's more people. There's more people than you that know about this. I don't have you arrested here for no reason. Okay? Once again, I'm just trying to get you to tell the people that you'll eventually talk to in front of a jury what happened. Okay? Just tell me what happened. I know about the property up north. I know that you never intended for that car to end up in the city of Spokane. That was got to be like a.
Well,
I mean,
why would it
let's be
here?
honest. You had to have an oh shit moment when the police showed up on your doorstep Friday. You had to go.
Faced with evidence he couldn't deny, John made his choice.
I'm sure your buddy could see I was having an all shit moment.
I could
I
tell.
looked right at him and
I could tell you were.
Mhm.
So you know right there when the major crimes detectives walked up, you went.
Oh, yeah.
They found Andrew's body.
Mhm.
You knew it. And that's all. I mean, we're being honest, right? We're being real men. We walked up and you went, fuck that.
She really don't know much about it.
Brenda doesn't?
No.
Okay.
Fucking-
Well, that's one thing I told Brenda, too. It's like, Brenda, obviously,
Yeah, no.
I mean, I don't want to get her in trouble.
Right.
The only way she would get in trouble is if she knows things that you told her or she witnessed things you did.
Right.
And you're telling me that's not the case. Okay. So you're telling me that, was she involved in the murder? No. Okay. Was she
And it
present?
wasn't even.
Was she
really
present
gonna
with
be a murder?
Okay, so what happened?
Okay.
What happened? Tell me.
Well, he was going to rob a friend of mine
Okay.
after all this, you know.
Okay.
And I said, who are you dealing with? And he told me, I said, he's bad news, dude. I said, call him up. We get him to come over, you know.
Okay.
And so I come walking out, you know, out of the corner, and he's like, I said, oh, yeah. You know, and we sat there and we talked. He lied a couple times, you know, and I said, no, not no, you don't get to lie. And then finally he admitted, yeah, I sold her. I sold her for $1,000.
Right.
My daughter didn't tell me she got sold for $1,000. He told me he sold her for $1,000.
Right.
And that's still, and I said, you're being honest with me? Just like,
Right.
And I said, so I'm thinking we can work through this.
Right.
You know, and I'm still mad and shit. And I go, why? Why would you? My daughter's got a good heart. She wanted to help you out. And then he spit on me. Okay?
Yep.
And that's when he got zip tied.
Okay.
And the sock stuffed in his mouth.
Okay.
And I still wasn't going. And that son of a bitch, if you get down here, and he said, no. And I went to grab him, and he come flying down and doing his hit us. And I lost my cool.
Right.
And I started, he's eating on me, and my hands hurt so bad, and I'm doing hammer fists, right? And then I fucking took a knife out. Stabbed dude. I don't know how many times. It's quite big because he kept freezing. But it's like, oh, you're at the movie.
Right.
So shooting with the guy, this horrible land.
Right.
And so, Joe across the street films my house 24/7.
Okay.
So at any point in time, you'll see that car left
Right.
with me driving it.
Okay.
Came back with me driving it.
Okay.
He was in the trunk van.
Oh, he's in the trunk of the Honda. Okay.
And I took out with it.
Okay.
So then, geez, like I'm just, where are you? Get down. And I didn't tell her.
No, understandably.
So, right. So, yeah, I mean, so, but yeah, no, I did.
All right.
I'm not proud of it.
Well, he pushed you.
And he's an idiot because he was going to live.
Right.
I mean, I would have beat his ass. I would have untied him.
Right.
And let him swing.
Right.
Then I could try to, or then stupid ass kid.
Right.
This and this area. I'm trying to be fucking cool with him, and then he ends up as being a jackass.
Right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Right. So did this happen then at your house? No, up at the property. No, where did it happen at?
Railway Heights.
Railway Heights. Okay. Down Railway Heights. Okay. And when did it happen? Do you remember the date or floating
I take it was November
of last year? Okay. Okay.
It's been about a year.
Okay. So you put him in the trunk of the. So it happened out at Railway Heights, and then you put him in the trunk of the car out there, and then where did you drive the car to? To your house.
Like I said, it'd be the whole deal, and he'd be more than happy to show you all his little trinkets. But anyway,
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you drive home. She's pissed off because where the fuck you been?
Right. But everything's cool and everything.
Right.
It's like whatever, and that does a bit hard.
Okay. Where'd you take the car to?
Or by the Miller's Morning Stop, so yours.
Okay. Is that Mr. Pierce property?
I mean, there's the
Mark Pierce. Oh, okay. What's
some old guy, but
it's probably the same guy. What's on it? Let's put it this way.
There was a bus.
Yeah, we were at the property.
And
So, how come you chose up there? Did you?
I knew there was another car that was parked that broke down.
Okay.
I knew somebody, and they told me about that, and I said, well, then that car looked just fine sitting here.
Oh, so it didn't look out of place. Okay. So you parked it there like clear back in November?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's been sitting there ever since. So now the $1 million question:
Who brought it?
Who's the dumb fuck that brought it back to town? Do you have any idea?
Nope.
Kyle, I'm wondering. We were kind of theorizing. I'm wondering if somebody was out there and just needed a fucking ride and decided,
hey,
fuck this.
Put a battery in it.
Well, is there no battery in it? Oh, did you take the battery out? Oh, when you dumped it? So from what you're saying, you took the battery out so nobody would fucking drive it. And somebody was nice enough to fucking battery in it for you. That was nice of them.
Oh, what?
So you never expected this car to show back up.
Well, no.
So I can only imagine, like you said, when we showed up at your house that Friday, you're like, gotcha. Okay. So you were saying you got wind that Andrew was going to do a robbery at this guy's place, and that's what you said?
He was going to try and steal. And the reason why is he used my phone to get into his Messenger, get into his Facebook, get into his Google.
Okay.
When he did that, he didn't put a password.
Oh, okay.
Or delete it.
Gotcha.
So all of a sudden I'm clicking through my phone, and all of a sudden I am now Andrew on Facebook.
Okay.
And I'm like, then I see what he's writing, and it's like, really?
So you get wind of what he's going to do. Okay.
I just showed up.
So now where he was going to do this in Airway Heights, did you know that person? Or you just
Barely. I knew
Okay.
the people, the property.
Okay. Was he going to do like a dope riff or
A
dope riff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know the names of the people where this was?
Like Mindy, I think.
Mindy? Okay. So you got wind through basically utilizing Andrew's Facebook that he was going to do a drug rip.
Well,
And you said, fuck that.
well,
I'm getting.
but then I show up, and then he was belligerent.
Right.
Yeah, I said,
Was this like a trailer or a house or?
failure.
Like, okay. Okay. So you were just waiting when he got there? Okay. And then you just,
Because it came around the corner. And then you,
I bet you his eyes were fucking.
they were, didn't expect to see me, did you?
Okay.
You know?
Gotcha.
You know, and then he started denying shit.
Right.
You know, which said we was,
Gotcha. So the zip ties, where'd they come from? Did you bring them with you?
No.
You brought them with you? Okay.
Well, I had them in the car.
Oh, okay.
The car that got towed, the other Honda that in the truck that got sold had zip ties in it. And the other Honda that had zip ties on it, you ever break down and you.
Oh yeah, zip ties come in handy.
I've never thought about doing what I did with the movie.
Right. So the car you drove out there that night was the '91 Honda Accord. That night. Okay. And you had the zip ties. Did you zip tie them in the house or
Outside.
Huh?
Outside.
Outside?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the confrontation.
Well, and he was cool with it. I am, because we had already gone through a whole gamut of yelling and stupid shit.
Okay.
And I was trying to convince him I'm not. My intention was not to.
Right.
But it definitely was A1, stop a robbery.
Right.
Because you're a piece of shit.
Right.
And then what the fuck? You're not admit it. And then finally he admitted it.
Right.
But then after he admitted it, I said, well, we're good. We're working.
Right.
Together.
Right.
It's cool.
Right.
I think he might be able to load it.
Okay. Right.
And so he was getting kind of happy, and then, I said, but I'm still going to zip tie you,
Okay.
So he put his hands behind his back.
Okay. So he basically let you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But then when I go to drive, would say, come on. He started come flying out, wishing we're going to do a last ditch effort. Well, I said, you should have done this a long time ago.
Right.
Brett, this is what you do at first.
Right. No,
Right last.
yeah, not last.
No.
At some point he spit in your face.
Well, get in my face pretty quick.
So when you zip tied him, I mean, were you just gonna like take him outside and kick his ass? Or what?
Well,
how come you zip tied him at that point?
Because when I'm driving with him,
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to start attacking me.
Oh, gotcha.
Right? I wasn't going to put him in the trunk.
Right. So where were you gonna? Where was initially? Where were you gonna take
I was
him?
going to take him by his house up on 44th with Denver.
Okay.
Okay. My daughter stayed up there with me when I where he lived, and I was going to take him up there.
Gotcha. And do what with him? Drop him off? Or okay.
Then,
So at that point, so he's zip
no,
tied.
I wasn't going to. At no point done him.
Okay.
Because I think I'm not going to kill him.
Gotcha. So at that
I've
point,
never killed him
he's
in my life.
zip tied behind his back.
Hmm.
Okay. Were his feet zip tied at that point too?
No, not at that.
Not at that point. Okay.
No.
So after you leave with him in the car,
No.
no, oh no.
No, I got him right there because when he comes flying in the head button at me, right? It's on and crashing.
Gotcha.
And then I'm trying to stuff him in the trunk, and then he throws his feet out at me, and then I come grab his feet and he zip tied him and said, no.
Gotcha.
I said, you're being stupid, and then he come lunging out. And it was like, gosh, that guy was a fucking idiot.
Right.
But he would have fucking listened to me.
Right.
It would talk to Mar or any of those other guys.
Right.
They would tell me, now leave him alone.
Yeah.
Come to me, don't do nothing stupid.
No, coach.
I mean, why do you want to go there?
Right.
I get along with just about everybody.
Right.
But you want to come doing stupid shit, I'm not running.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got stabbed, was he in the trunk then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then obviously today when you were contacted, you have some knives on you.
Mhm.
Are one of those knives? No. Okay.
No, I don't know where any of those knives are.
The knives that you use?
I traded one of them. I think, let's see. I don't know what kind of knife was it because I like that knife. So next
Right.
kind of thing you make, it's not a curve shot, it's not a charade. It's one of the newer ones, like most of our knives are heavy.
Right. Not a buck.
You know, and I'll never newer.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Okay. Did you pawn it or just trade?
No, I just traded. So.
Okay.
Either one of the.
So it sounded like there was more than one knife?
No, this is just that one.
Just the one. Okay. Okay. So that occurred in the trunk then? That occurred in the trunk is where you stabbed him? Okay. And I know you said earlier quite a few times, but you're not sure of the exact.
7, I think.
7. And where at about? Do you remember where you stabbed him? Right in the torso?
Probably would have got a rib or two, I would think, also.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. That knife made it feel like butter. It was the strangest feeling.
Oh, really?
It got horrible.
Oh.
Horrible.
Gotcha.
It was just,
right.
And
then you said earlier.
I sat there for a long time and forgot. It's just like,
right.
And if you think that's not going to change it, I'm sorry. It's what it is.
Oh,
to change this.
Right.
You know, I mean, am I going to be a mass murderer? You know,
right.
No,
right.
But it messes with your psyche.
Right.
So somebody's son, that's somebody's second,
right.
brother, that's somebody, you know what I mean?
Right. No,
all that shit means stuff to me.
Right.
It really does.
No, and like I said, from day one, I don't think you're a bad man. I think you're a man that made some poor decisions.
Made some stupid ass.
Yeah, exactly. I like I said, you're a man who's worked your whole life and you provided, and this night you made some bad decisions. So the people that out there in Airway Heights,
they know nothing about.
Did they see what happened outside at all? So all that happened outside,
back behind their house.
Behind their house. Mm-hmm. So the initial discussion when he first saw you, that was inside the house where he went. Oh no, you're waiting outside for him.
Yeah, he never waited in.
Oh, so he never got in. Oh, okay. So you were waiting for him outside. Did he drive out there, walk, or how did he get there?
Somebody dropped him off.
Okay. So you just kind of stood in the shadows and waited.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you were saying earlier your intention when you first went out there wasn't to kill.
Oh, hell no.
Okay. Okay.
No.
So what was your intention?
You're
going to stop the robbery, and then you wanted to talk to him.
I wanted to beat his ass.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So when you put the zip
ties,
I
don't know if I can beat his ass. Maybe not.
Right. So when you put the zip ties on, was your intention after you got the zip ties on was to beat his ass?
No.
No. Oh.
No. Yeah. We were still gonna. I was gonna let him.
Or did you put the zip ties
just so he wasn't hitting me while I was driving down the road?
Oh.
I wasn't gonna put him.
You weren't gonna what?
I wasn't gonna put him in.
Okay.
He's gonna be riding.
So you plan to take him somewhere else to fight then?
Yeah, and that's at that park.
Oh.
Benwood Park, whatever that.
You were going to go out there and kick his ass.
Yeah, I was going to go.
That was your intention.
And he's right by his house.
Gotcha.
You know?
Okay.
And I probably would have let him call like his brother or his mom before because usually I warn people, you know, that, you know, this is stupid, don't do it. You know, I let people hit me and say, got to go away, if that's how you got it.
Right.
Because when I'm coming, sometimes I freak out.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
6th grade, I ended up strangling a friend of mine.
Right.
But, you know, 2 weeks earlier, I was staying the night at his house near here, and my father, he was cool, and next thing I know, I can't see stars.
Right.
My head hurt, and then when I could finally see, my hands got blood, and my head's pounding, and I look back, and there's John Rogers standing there with a bloody rock laughing. And like a boom, I exploded.
Right.
And the next thing I know, I'm sitting in the principal's office.
Right.
With my 6th grade teacher. And they're looking at me like they're really mean and ugly. And I'm like, oh, you don't get to do that. And I go, do what?
Right.
Oh, act like you just, you know, you go, I'm not serious. I don't know what happened.
Right.
But I strangled him, and there was no one there to pull me up.
Right.
Right. The little kids couldn't, you know, the 6th graders.
Right. So when we looked in the trunk of the car, there was a certain item back there. Obviously, there was the body, but then there was another item back there. It was
a concrete block.
Yes. What was the deal with that?
I smashed him in the head with it.
Oh, okay. When did that? In the sequence of
before I stabbed him.
Before you stabbed him. Where'd you hit him at? Just in the head?
Did
it knock him out, or was he still awake? Or
well, it knocked him out, but he was still breathing.
Oh, okay. And then you started stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So and I'm sorry, like I said, these facts go in my mind a million fucking places. As he's going in the trunk, he's already zip tied because he put his hands behind his back, and then he just zip tie his feet when he's outside the trunk, or after you got him in, and then
After I got him in,
then you zip tied his feet.
because it was I wouldn't plan on doing nothing.
Right,
I mean, he
right.
was supposed to be riding with me, and he's doing all this stupid shit.
Gotcha.
And then he's lunging at me
Right.
with his feet,
Right.
and kicking. I was like, gee, I'm gonna have to get zip tied because I have him in my back pocket.
Right.
Doubled him up, and then it was and there you go.
Right.
And I thought about just leaving him in there,
Okay.
and then he started fucking kicking with the zip tie, striking out.
Right.
And it just escalated.
Okay. Was the brick just already in the trunk then?
Yeah, it was laying there in the back.
Oh, okay. So it was just laying there.
It was there.
So you grabbed it, and then what'd you do?
Well, I just threw it in the head.
Oh, okay. While he's in the trunk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It never got out of the trunk.
He never, once you got him in there, he never got out. Okay. And then there was some stuff around his face. What was the deal with that? Do you remember?
Soft. They got
Oh, soft. Okay, there was some other stuff like around his face.
That was tape.
Oh, okay. Was that tape? What was the deal? How'd that happen?
Well, the tape was in the car.
Oh, okay. Like,
But he was making noise, and I was like,
yeah, I get that. Gotcha.
Because and I still didn't. I wasn't gonna kill him.
Oh, okay.
It just escalated. He kept fucking
He just
doing shit,
wouldn't
and
stop.
kicking at me and shit. I don't know, just from anger, affected, and then
Stopped. So did the tape go on then before the break and the stabbing?
Mhm.
Okay. And what kind of tape was it?
strapping tape.
Strapping tape?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like that clear tape?
Mm-hmm.
And you said that was just in the car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was it like an interior of the car, the trunk?
Was in the trunk.
In the trunk? Okay. And was it like on a roll, or do you remember? Or was it like in a dispenser, or just a...
Well, it might have been that small dispenser.
Okay.
Like those ones you buy that have their own dispenser, and then it can tear.
Gotcha. Remember what color the dispenser was?
Red.
Okay. So basically...
Well, it was clear plastic, but red cardboard.
The dispenser. Okay. So basically, you get him in the trunk. He's zip tied in hands. He won't fucking quit being a dumbass. You zip tie his feet. He won't shut up. So you put a sock in his mouth, and then tape.
Yep.
And then he's still being a dick.
And then he's throwing, lunging.
Lunging. So that's when he
almost came out.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
so there's a cinder block there. You grab the cinder block, and like you just throw it, or you hit him, or how many?
I kind of threw it.
Kind of threw it. His head hits him, but he's still conscious.
Well, kind of. Really.
Not really. He's kind of out of it then. And then at this point, you take the knife, which you just have in your pocket or coat,
right here,
like like on a clip, in a clip. So you take the knife, boom, and then just go to town on him. Okay. And you think most of the wounds were in the abdomen? Any in the neck, or?
I don't think so.
Okay, so mostly the abdomen.
Stomach and.
And then at one point, he kind of starts like what you described as the death.
Flutter, death, horrible.
Okay.
Horrible sound.
And then you realize this fucking went farther than I thought.
Well, yeah, but even it's just like, oh my fucking shit, to get with. Like I said, I just sat there and just sat for. That's why I always mad because I didn't come home. I was just
gotcha,
freaking out.
Right. When's the last time you were actually up at the property?
Shit. I don't think I ever went back up.
Oh, after that day? Okay. Gotcha. So you kind of had talked about maybe putting your car up in, I think you said Ponderay or Priest or somewhere up in that area, but that just never came to...
Never came to it, yeah, because all of a sudden, like I said, I had to tell one person and he told somebody else, and all of this too.
Gotcha.
Is he going to say more to somebody else? And my head starts swelling, and I think, no. Shit. What do you do? I mean, I guess I could go ask a mass murderer or something.
Give me advice on doing that. I don't know. There's some people that Google it. How do I get rid of a body? That was a big. Do you remember that big
It was
joke?
just
on Siri
it's
came out?
also all a big fucking nightmare, and the whole fucking my whole life ever since then has been nothing but a nightmare. Okay?
Well, I can't imagine
I know, like I said,
you can wait for this foot to drop.
well, maybe it's a relief, but anyway,
Right.
it changes you. It doesn't. It changes everything, and so.
Right. So did Brenda ever find out what had happened?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so she's in the dark about what happened. Okay.
The confession poured out of him, how he'd killed Andrew in revenge for what he had done to Stephanie, how he'd acted alone to protect his daughter. But just before the interview ended, John dropped a bombshell that would change everything.
So are you currently taking any medications at all, John?
No, okay.
And then obviously you were.
Advil.
Oh. Okay. And you worked for the county, you said, for 17, 18 years. Okay. So when this event happened in November of last year, were you still working for the county? No. Okay. All right.
Go.
And that night that this happened, were you drinking or doing drugs that night? No. Okay. So
Well, I wasn't drinking.
Okay.
I've only recently started even dabbling in it because that's a danger zone.
right.
You know, I just have a couple of beers every now and then.
Gotcha.
But I may have smoked some meth here or you know, definitely some pot. Yeah.
Do you remember that night if you specifically did or not?
No, I was smoking it every day, so
Okay.
I was smoking it.
Okay. Gotcha. So any other thing?
Finally got all that shit.
Good. When did you get off that?
This one, Benny?
Good for you.
Me and
Good.
she was doing it too, and the only reason why she did it was just because I did it. And she thought, well, maybe blah blah blah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
When Brenda was brought in to see John after his confession, she had no idea what he'd just admitted to. The reality that her partner now faced decades in prison hit her like a physical blow.
I'll let you guys. We'll shut the door.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Thank you.
So she, you don't want to take care of my boys, like send you cooking and take care of my boy. Yeah, he would do. Image. How love him. Always have. We do. So, it's one. So they thought you was in. You thought.
Trying to get me to say shit my knowing.
Real just want anything.
I guess that's what I said.
Things hard. It really is. How about you?
You don't want me to let us visit.
Well, doesn't matter.
Did they
Anyway,
arrest
other
you?
kind of
Right.
years, yeah. Well, I'm gonna go wherever we booked and then go to my new home.
You know, we can get you out of this. I need to go to Devon.
They'll give me a public defender.
Huh?
They'll give me a public defender. I admitted to it. Whatever gets end, done. I ain't gonna try to use it. You gotta take care of my boy, okay? You gotta take care of my girl. Why you do that? Come on, Whitey. Honey. If you're moving. No. Listen, I love you, okay, and I love my kids. All right, I need you to take care of them, okay, and you be really take care of them. Run this a little word, God, just, okay? That's good. Everything that I know, it's like, you can't say. He was.
But even in their emotional reunion, John was careful not to implicate Brenda in the murder. He maintained his story that he'd acted alone, protecting her from the consequences of what they'd both done. Because here's the devastating truth that makes this case so tragic. Andrew Sorensen never sold Stephanie to sex traffickers. The entire story was false. Stephanie, struggling with her own psychological issues and finding herself alone in Seattle, had created a narrative that explained her fear and abandonment. But none of it was real. As John admitted during his confession, both he and Brenda had been using methamphetamine when they heard Stephanie's accusation. Their drug-impaired judgment turned fiction into fact, transforming a troubled young woman's lie into a death sentence for an innocent man. The story gets even worse. When the news of this case broke, many people believed the sex trafficking narrative. John was hailed as a hero, a father who'd taken justice into his own hands to avenge his daughter. Crowdfunding campaigns raised thousands of dollars for his legal defense. Meanwhile, Andrew's adoptive parents faced a nightmare scenario. Not only had they just lost their son, but they had to fight to clear his name of crimes he never committed. When the case went to trial, John Eisenman pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and received what many considered a lenient sentence of 25 years in prison. But the story wasn't over. Despite their claims during police interviews, it eventually came out that Brenda had played a much larger role in Andrew's killing than anyone knew. Nearly a year after John's arrest, Brenda made a fatal mistake. She confided in a coworker that she'd been present during the murder and had actually taken pleasure in taunting Andrew as he died, telling him he deserved what was happening to him. Brenda was arrested and eventually pleaded guilty to first-degree manslaughter, receiving 8.5 years in prison for her role in Andrew's brutal death. As for Stephanie, the catalyst of this entire tragedy, she disappeared to Arizona after Andrew's death and became homeless. Little is known about what happened to her after these events. Andrew Sorensen was far from perfect, a young man struggling with disabilities, drug addiction, and the desperate need to belong. But his family maintained what should be obvious. Whatever his flaws, he didn't deserve to be beaten, stabbed, and left to rot in the trunk of a car. In the end, justice caught up with John Eisenman and Brenda Cross. They're now serving time for the brutal murder of a young man whose only crime was dating the wrong person's daughter. But for Andrew's family, no prison sentence can undo the double tragedy of losing their son and watching his memory be destroyed by lies that should have never been believed. The Honda Accord that became Andrew's coffin stands as a reminder that the most dangerous lies are often the ones we desperately want to believe. And sometimes, believing them costs everything.